Very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for joining us. This is a live broadcast of the match between Administration Police Kenya and Prisons Nairobi. It's one of the matches of this first day of the fourth leg of the KVF Men's Volleyball League, of course playing here at the NYAYO National Stadium, and we bring you this live courtesy of Trailblazers Volleyball Club and Mafro Sports. On the commentating desk, it's yours truly, Manuel Yegon and
Florence Bosire. Thank you for joining us once again for this second match of this Volleyball League event. Apologies for the sudden ending of the live broadcast of the match that was to be between GSU and KPA. Unfortunately, there were some logistics that needed to be looked after. That match has been called off until a further date that will be communicated to us, and we will communicate it to you in due time.
And of course, the matches that have been played today is the match between Trailblazers Volleyball Club and Kenya Forest Service, which ended with 3-1 in favor of TVC, and then KDF and Prisons Western, which also ended 3-0 in favor of KDF. And so this is the match between AP Kenya and Prisons Nairobi. Of course, the other matches of the day, the match between Equity and Rift Valley Prisons was not played because Rift Valley could not show up. The game between Prisons Mombasa and Prisons Kenya, of course, could not also be played because Prisons Mombasa did not show. Prisons Central as well as Vihiga VC did not play. Prisons Western and KDF, of course, played, and that is a 3-0 win for KDF. KPA versus GSU, of course, that one has been postponed. Now we have Prisons Nairobi versus AP Kenya. I think this is the last game of the day because we have Kenyami and Prisons Nyanza should be playing next, but I don't think Prisons Nyanza are around. But if in any case that changes, we will of course let you know. So for this particular match, we have Dennis Collins as the referee, assisted by Mayende Collins, and of course we'll continue to bring you all this action live from NYAYO Stadium today through to Sunday. So stay tuned. We'll be back shortly as soon as this match serves off.
Zaidi nimepata company lakini simu. Simu haikubo. Kama ni mimi. Aha.
Welcome back. This is the first set between Prisons Nairobi and the administration police side. And as it starts, AP have 4 points so far. Prisons Nairobi have 3. This is proving to be a pretty competitive match, if I may, Florence. And these two sides have proven to be teams that do not give up, just like the way we were saying you cannot write off Kenya Forest.
You definitely cannot write off.
We've seen a very beautiful attack by Kevin Kipkoech, and now that is Linus Sang. That's actually well done, Kipchirchir, for AP Kenya there with a beautiful attack, and now that takes them to another 2-point lead there against the Prisons Nairobi side. and they are playing under the scorching sun, the scorching afternoon sun. It's proving to be a problem for the setters, especially.
It is proving to be a problem for the setters, but the nature of volleyball in Kenya is that most training sessions are done outdoor. So I think by now they are quite used to that. Also, the appearance of Mwema, who had been missing in the last couple of matches. He had been bereaved. He had lost his sister. We condone with him. May she rest in peace. Good to see him back. Good to see him in the starting six.
Yep, and I'm sure all the fans who are asking about Mwema in the last in the Paul Bitok tournament are now happy to see him on court. Well done, Kipchirchir there with a beautiful service. Nice block by Daniel Kipto, and Amon Kipchirchir there making use of that touch-out technique that we saw with John of Kenya Forest.
A pretty big margin for the start of the first set. Seems that like AP Kenya came prepared for this match. Nairobi Prisons not quite settled in the beginning of the first set. Let's see how that changes or progresses towards as the game progresses. Also important to note that Matiko is not in the starting six of Nairobi Prisons, a very regular player there.
And also Wekesa.
And also Wekesa for AP Kenya.
Yeah.
Dennis Kipto, as always, coming into.
It's Daniel Kipto, right?
Daniel Kipto, the setter, AP Kenya, always in the front of guiding the team towards a good performance. You need a good setter, a good engine. Automatically means a good car.
That was a beautiful attack, line attack there. Tried looking for the hands of one Daniel Kipto, but he was too good for that. Of course, again, the Nairobi Prison side, that is Laban Waitito with 3 services now.
Laban Waitito is actually a new face in the Nairobi Prisons team.
They have quite a number of new faces,
they have
including even player number with jersey number 14, Felix Musyoki, in the blocking defense there for Nairobi Prisons. And so you see now they have only one gap, 1 point between the two sides. Prisons, Nairobi. Is it still 2 points or?
It's still 2 points.
Prisons,
8,
Nairobi
6 in
AP,
favor of AP Kenya.
8.
Serving good backcourt defense there. Let's see whether they get a point.
They make good use of that. Daniel Kipto there, that beautiful block. Yeah. He said what he lacks. What he lacks in terms of height, he compensates that with skill and tact.
A lot of weight. Exactly. A lot of weight on the net. Most of the players from Nairobi Prisons, the most dependable players, have progressed to join Prisons Kenya, which is the senior team in Kenya Prison Service Volleyball. So that's a good progression. If you ask me, they get a bigger platform and also exposure should they go to the Africa Club Championships.
Beautiful display there by the captain, Nairobi Prisons, Brian Barasa.
Taban serving for Nairobi
Prisons. And talking about the club championships, they are coming up in the next month, right?
They are coming up in the month of May.
Yeah.
We have, I think so far 2 teams have confirmed participation, Kenya Ports Authority and GSU Kenya. Not aware of any other team that will be representing Kenya in the competitions. The competition will be in Tunisia.
What about
Trailblazers. Pardon me, that is a very serious.
What do you mean?
Definitely,
what do you actually
TVC
mean?
will be taking part. We hope they'll bring
performance out there and come back home.
And we
we
also wish that they will get opportunities to play professional. We have a lot of scouts that attend these matches and they spot talent and they give them a bigger platform which will replicate the results in the Wafalme Wafalme Stars, that is the national team, volleyball national team in Kenya. We need that rich experience from out there, maybe the Western countries, that will build up the name that is Wafalme Stars.
And now that you mentioned that, Florence, you've been in this craft for quite some time, of exposing our players out there. And then when they are done with the leagues that they play in those different countries, they come back home and they can't play.
Well, first and foremost, let us indicate that
same players you'd call up to the national team. So why are you denying them the opportunity to play in the league, and then you expect that they would, play for you? And considering if someone has left for France, for instance, they have to come back home.
Definitely.
And they have to also figure out how they'll go back to play when the new season comes.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So I sort of think there is a mismatch there.
There is a mismatch
that needs to be fixed, so that we have an understanding of the modalities.
And also fairness.
Yeah, fairness. And also expose these players, expose even more players, because what is the use of exposing them? And then when they are done with the season out there, they come home, they can't play. They only play mtaa volleyball. And
as a player, I can tell you for sure that you need to keep active even on times that you're not in season. If you're going to get another call-up, you need to be on form. You cannot be on form if you're not playing in the time that you're off season. So it's a challenge to our players. We hope that whatever ruling will be made in the case of GSU and KPA will be in the interest of not just the technical bench, but also the players.
Yeah, well, that is well done. Kipchirchir for Kenya, the administration police side, and Daniel Kipto is really being creative with the balls that he's playing this afternoon under the afternoon sun here at the NYAYO Stadium. Now they are 7 points ahead, AP Kenya. We have Mwema there in that blocking defense position.
A rather slow match for Nairobi Prisons today. I don't know what could be the problem. A few players missing in action.
Yeah.
Also hoping that those who are on court will fit squarely in the shoes of those that are not present.
Exactly. They need to sort of play as a team, because in as much as the captain Brian Baraza there is being creative, the rest of the team really, they have to start by basics. So you see, that is an error in reception, and so if you do not have good reception, then the setter will not get that ball.
The core of the volleyball is reception.
Yeah, exactly.
Without the reception, everything else is dead, basically.
Yeah.
Timeout by Sol Masaba, the coach, Nairobi Prisons, trying to get the boys into acting, because things are rather slow right now.
I mean, initially they were actually going 1 point each. Just 1 point difference. The first 10 points of this particular set. But now AP Kenya are running away with 9 points difference. And so let's wait and see. Again, like I said, see, this team is not the one that you would want to allow to have such a lead.
Definitely. They have shown in the past that
with Daniel Kipto there, the setter, and of course players like Weldon Kipchirchir, Amon there, and Mwema, of course. They also have a really good libero. The player that you're talking about has actually come on court for Prisons Nairobi.
Matiko is back on court.
Matiko.
Maybe the attempt of the coach to make a change and probably better the results, because the scores look rather discouraging for Nairobi Prisons.
Matiko picks it. Baraza goes up with it.
Taban, was there a net touch?
Looks like there was a net touch.
There was a net touch.
Matiko seems to have come in with some influence for the team, and he goes to serve, of course. Chobola Dennis, the previous match was postponed. Thank you so much for the guys who are joining us online. We continue to bring you this action here courtesy of TVC and Mafro Sports. So again, Flo, the issue of trying to do all these matches indoors, and just in terms of preparedness and booking of these venues, we've seen that some of the matches that were slated for, that was scheduled to be played indoors have had to play, like all matches are now going to be played outdoor. If you have a look at what is happening at the indoor arena at NYAYO Stadium, just the level of planning and organization that the basketball federation, I think, has is, we cannot even compare.
It's quite a challenge, quite a challenge for the volleyball counterparts. It's quite unfortunate that these matches, which were meant to be played indoors, that was the whole essence of bringing the league matches to Nairobi.
Yes.
Unfortunate that this could not happen this particular weekend. We do understand that there was a case of miscommunication between the stadium management and Kenya Volleyball Federation on matters of the venue. While we may be playing these matches, and also the fact that most teams train outdoors, it's rather prudent that we should organize for more matches to be played indoor, especially gearing on to the now Africa Club Championship for both the women and men. So this is bound to be a challenge to the teams that have qualified for this championship. So I hope that we'll do better. It's quite a challenge and quite, should I say, disappointing that this happened at this time.
Yeah, because if we are trying to upskill, and just take volleyball here in the country to the next level, then we really have to ensure that we streamline some of these things so that we do not run into these challenges. Valentine Chepkoech, you're saying AP all the way. Asante sana kwa kuungana nasi. Tunakuja moja kwa moja kutoka NYAYO Stadium, na hii ni mechi baina ya AP Kenya na Prisons Nairobi, na kwa sasa kuna tofauti ya pointi 10 kati ya timu hizi mbele. AP Kenya wakiwa wanaongoza. Mwema pale anawapatia AP ile score ya set point pale with that beautiful touch out off the hands of the Prisons Nairobi captain Brian Barasa. Ball is still in play. Amon and Daniel Kipto there, both reaching for it, and of course Linus Sang finishing that off really beautifully. I think that's quite a margin there, a total of 11 points difference.
It is quite a margin considering how Nairobi Prisons has been performing in the past couple of games. There clearly is a problem in the way they are playing. I don't know whether it's the lack of players are not on form. There definitely is a problem.
I think they just haven't clicked.
They haven't clicked. Could it be the case of KFS, who started low and came back to... But the score margin is rather discouraging.
It's a whole 11 and actually 12 points.
12 points difference. That shows there's a major problem to the coordination.
They are doing this comfortably. Like they're just having fun, these guys. You can sense some disconnect among the players for Prisons Nairobi. We'll shortly have a look at the different points. There you are. So of course it has ended 25-13 in favor of AP Kenya. Points earned from attacks, 10 for AP and 7 for Prisons Nairobi. There was no point earned from blocking for the Prisons Nairobi side, 2 points for AP Kenya. Points earned from service, I want to assume aces, so 3 for AP Kenya and 1 for Prisons Nairobi. And of course you can see the points earned from opponent errors are more for AP Kenya at 10 points and 5 for Prisons Nairobi.
Looking at the opponent's error statistics, it clearly shows that Prisons Nairobi are literally beating themselves, because most of these mistakes that are coming AP doesn't really have to work on these points. If you translate the 10 points and deduct them from the 25 points that AP have, then 15 are the only points that they have earned by working for it. The 10 have been given to them free of charge.
Yeah, and like I said, those errors end up, biting you
when it matters most. Definitely.
Yeah. So, ladies and gents, thank you so much for joining us. Valentine Jepkoech, you're saying you're watching from Kajiado, Kenya. Asante sana kwa kuungana nasi. Nicholas Onyango, you're saying nice commentary. Thank you for joining the broadcast. And of course, it's coming to you live courtesy of Trailblazers Volleyball Club and Mafro Sports. We'll be back shortly for the second set, so do not go too far.
And well, we are back with the start of the second set of this particular match between Nairobi Prisons and AP Kenya. First set was in favor of AP Kenya, 25-13. Yes, 25-13 in favor of AP Kenya.
Brian Barasa there. Brian Barasa for Nairobi Prisons. That was a quick ball. Wow.
Again, a case of miscoordination on the part of Nairobi Prisons.
But also a lot of wit by Daniel Kito there. The middle blocker was, too far, anticipating that ball would go to the opposite hitter on the AP Kenya side, but the outside hitter rather.
Matiko trying to make a difference there
with that beautiful block out. Yeah, we have seen them in a better form, Nairobi Prisons. They seem to have lost that today, but again, it's not over until it's over.
It's not over until it's over, and
anything is.
I think that
possible.
ball hit the antenna. Will it be outside? Let's wait and see wait for the referee's final decision.
Yeah, there is definitely.
He did hit the antenna. He did hit the
issue there with the antenna. It's actually displaced from its
automatically an
position.
Out ball.
So Prisons Nairobi that point.
Well, I also would imagine that the level of play is in a way determined by the level of play of your opponent. Yep. A tougher opponent will make you pull your socks higher.
To up your game, otherwise.
To up your game, yes. And a team that is maybe your level or say weaker than you, according to what you may think, will make you play slower.
Yeah.
Could that be what is happening today?
Well,
I don't know.
Nairobi 2 points ahead. I think for Felix Musyoki there, middle blocker for Prisons Nairobi, there's a net touch by Daniel Kito there. The ball was over-received by Amon Kipchirchir, and in attempting to still salvage that, he ended up with a net touch. Daniel Kito.
Brian Baraza with the service there. Kipto,
there's another net touch.
Or rather an antenna hit. Let's see.
We'll have a look at that in the replay. So I was saying that the player with jersey number 14 for Prisons Nairobi, it's the first time that he's playing. Felix Musyoki. It's the first time that he's playing for Prisons Nairobi.
It is the
first
time.
Among the new faces.
Again, with the exit of a few players, you'd expect that those who are left behind will step up.
Yep.
So it's a challenge for the players who've been benched for a while. You need to show what you're made of.
Yeah.
Deliver when the time is right, and I believe this is the right time for them to show their worth, prove their worth in the team.
All right, Amon Kipto with that service there. Brian Barasa goes up, and of course it's Matiko with that blockout. Actually, it wasn't a blockout. Mwema there, and Amon tried to contain that, but they couldn't. And now he has gotten back that point, Kelvin Kipkoech, for Prisons in Nairobi.
Mwema looking relaxed there, like
so Mwema and well done Kipchirchir, I think. He played really well in the Paul Bitok tournament.
He did play well. He did play well. He actually stepped up with the absence of Mwema in the team.
Yep.
He took the mantle quite well. Taban trying to attack. Unfortunately, it's on the net. Another point for AP Kenya.
Now AP Kenya are cutting up. It's only 2 points between
2 points
the two
to go.
Teams. They still poorly received there by the AP Kenya side.
Mwema.
And there's a
net touch. There's actually an overreach. That ball was across the net.
Yeah.
Trying to go for it, unfortunately.
Let's see what happened there. It's a net touch. Wow. Another one from Weldon.
Well done.
Really high balls there. From of course Daniel Kipto, and of course Weldon goes for that kill. They continue to bridge that gap. AP Kenya still a 2-point lead for Prisons Nairobi. Whether they're able to maintain this to the very end is another question.
They rather look unsettled still, despite the score margin. They look unsettled, it's like they're forcing things. They're not relaxed. They're jumpy.
So Nixon Kiprop there plays that ball out of court.
Taban.
We have
another attempt, and he got it this time round.
Laban Waitito, the other new face for that particular team. This time around, Linus Sang there. He's left enough space for Waitito to make a difference with. Nixon Kiprop for Nairobi Prisons with the service. It's always a jump serve for him.
It's always a jump serve.
Amon Kipchirchir picks it. And now it's Mwema. It's blocked out. One-man block there. Good attempt by Brian Barasa. But it wasn't enough to contain that onslaught.
And the nature of that ball, the way Daniel Kipto sets the ball to Mwema, gives him a bigger platform on how to decide where the ball will land, because the farther it is from the antenna and the net, the higher you go and the bigger platform you have on whether you'll hit the ball on the line or diagonally. And also Mwema, it's key to know that he has a very high jump. That comes in handy whenever he's attacking.
Exactly.
Taban serving outside
serve. Before that service, we saw a really beautiful display again by Waitito there for Nairobi Prisons. Linus Sang goes to serve. The libero again has a problem with reception. There's a net touch. I think he lost his balance there, Brian Barasa.
The scores seem to have equalized, 9-all for both teams. Let's see whether Prisons will keep putting up the fight, because they've been leading for a better part of this set.
Ball goes out of play. It's 10 for Nairobi Prisons. Wait.
10 for Nairobi Prisons. The ball was out? Yes,
out,
it was out.
So it's 10-10? No. Actually, 10-9.
Taban serving
That's actually
Serves
Waititu.
outside. It is Waititu. These men look alike. They do look alike.
Waititu sends that ball out of play. It's Daniel Kipto for AP Kenya. The match that wasn't played had a lot of fans waiting.
A lot of
to
anticipation.
watch.
A lot of anticipation. We even had present the Member of Parliament, Dan Wanyamo, is also a former player of the Kenya national team. He was a very dependable left attacker back in the day.
He was present
He was present to watch
the action, but then it did not happen.
Did not happen.
Mogeni
Enoch
of KPA
Mogeni
was
also waiting to get an opportunity to play. Unfortunately, the rules
because of the
locked
fact
him
that we are
out.
already live. People are asking what's not happening. So
Well, for those of us who do not understand the nature of what happened with that particular match, unfortunately, a couple of players from KPA who were looking to be featured in this league match were rendered ineligible by virtue of having played the professional matches.
Yes,
and with
they've played in other leagues.
And those leagues were concurrent with the Kenyan league. So the rule says you cannot play 2 leagues within 1 season. So unfortunately, they were locked out. Also, keeping in mind that they lost a bunch of players to Kenya Forest Service during their recruitment. So maybe, was it a case of fear? Was it a case of being careful? I don't know.
I suppose they were trying to tread carefully.
They were trying to tread carefully.
But if you look at what they did in the match that they had played with against Nairobi Prisons, so they fielded those players, and those points I think were taken away from
75.
them. So you do not want to gamble like that, considering the race to the playoffs is getting tighter, and the fact that now that match hasn't been played also means that even if they'll be played after the African Club Championships, they will play those matches without those players.
They will play without those players.
Postponing
so
the
clearly,
challenge.
this season is shaky for them.
They're just
Also,
postponing the challenge.
should they decide that should there be a favor in, or rather the rule favors them that they are given a go ahead to play these players. Also keep in mind that General Service Unit has players playing
Exactly,
professional.
you're literally opening a Pandora's
they
box.
will also want these players fielded once they come back, and as it
TVC
is
will
right
want
now,
to field
TVC will
Moses
want to field.
Sialo.
Yes, definitely.
GSU will want to field
Meli.
Brian Meli.
Yes.
You have Abiud. You have Kosirai.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's rather a thin line to, and I
going
think
to be interesting.
it's better to stay clear so that it's fair for everyone.
Because even with the players that they had when they were playing Nairobi Prisons, they would still have won that match, but out of fear, they decided to field them. And
I
now
think it was
1-3-0, but those points are not theirs. So.
I think they were hoping that, or rather they were being careful not to accept that particular instruction at that level, because they knew they would meet now worthy opponents like GSU, and should it have, in which case it did apply to them at that level, then it would have automatically applied the same way in these big matches. So it was a rather case of being careful, being cautious, which worked against them.
Well, we wait to see what the federation will decide in as far as that match is concerned, and generally just the fact about playing or fielding players who've played in international leagues. So we wait to see how, what decision is made in that regard, and so therefore it means that they might also not play tomorrow's match against the Kenya Defence Forces.
I think they will also apply the same rule that hopefully the decision for the match will be by the end of today, so they will know the way forward, moving forward. If it is decided against them, they will automatically lose the 3 points against GSU, I think. If it doesn't, then
it's just a matter of wait and see.
It's a matter of wait and see. But that was one match that we had anticipated.
Yeah.
Well, these games are coming to you courtesy of Trailblazers in conjunction with
Mafro Sports. And we have bespoke, very good quality jerseys for you, including our replica kits and the polo shirts for the TVC staff. And you can get them, of course, by dialing that number on your screen right now. The game is back on. Prisons Nairobi are actually trying to catch up. Now it's just 2 points between the two sides. Of course, with AP Kenya still on the lead with 16 points. Keep up there with a service. Mwema picks it up. Well done with that line attack there for the AP Kenya side. And there was actually almost like that net touch there by the ball really helped in redirecting that ball back on court, and it all of course fell on the line, and that in volleyball is counted as a score, considered a score.
AP seeming to run away with this set too. Seemingly Nairobi Prisons not a good day for them, with the kind of mistakes being made.
Like a knockout, but from this point it looks as though it
did not cross the net.
Yeah.
But as always, the referee's decision is final. Another confirmation, Mwema.
Back in, libero sets it. Easily picked up by Matiko, and then what's his name again? He goes for that kill, and it's only now 1 point between the two teams. That is Mwendwa, actually Waititu Laban for Prisons Nairobi, and Henry Taban with a service there. The libero could not react fast enough. James Kimwele there for Prisons Nairobi. It's too slow to salvage that. Now AP Kenya back to their 2-point lead, but this set is looking better than the previous one. Florence.
Quite a recovery from Prisons Nairobi.
Yeah. Whether
they'll maintain that, given
another poor reception by James Kimwele there, the libero. They might actually have to make do without him there, because now they are working on reducing those margins, and then they give away very easy points,
and it's an easy one for AP. Mwema.
Yeah, it is still okay. The libero tried picking it up, but it of course went out of play.
Well, those of us joining us on our YouTube channel, thank you for engaging us. Quite some interesting sentiments here.
What are they saying?
Hilary Mbogo, mfungwa hachagui jela.
Be kind.
I think you're referring to the game between GSU Kenya and the KPA. I'm not sure about that, but that is indeed true. While Patrick Otieno is watching live from Kehancha, Migori County. Asante sana kwa kujiunga nasi. Noah Kerich, may the best team win. Following live from Kajiado, karibu sana. Saidi Mumali, watching from Shianda, Mumias. Michael Wanjala, yes, I think he's referring to his Mheshimiwa Dan Wanyama, MP Webuye West. Matthew Twitok, happy seeing these young girls playing well. May the best team win, getting it live all the way from Doha, Qatar. Thank you very much for joining us.
Engineer Eric Mwikia, you're saying last time we said the libero atole, but they are ignoring us. Well, they're not able to see these comments, but I'm sure the coach there has had a look at what's happening. Patrick Kimani, you're saying it's a good game and you like the commentary. Asante sana kwa kuungana nasi. Iwapo ndio unajiunga nasi, hii ni mechi ya siku ya kwanza ya hii leg ya 4 ya KVF Men's Volleyball League, na ni mechi kati ya Prisons Nairobi na AP Kenya. Kwa sasa AP Kenya wanaongoza kwa alama 20 dhidi ya Prisons Nairobi walio na alama 17. Na tunaendelea kukuletea mechi hizi moja kwa moja kutoka hapa katika uga wa Nyayo Stadium kwa hisani ya Trailblazers Volleyball Club na Mafro Sports. Kwa hivyo asanteni sana kwa kujiunga nasi, na tuko na jerseys ambazo zinauzwa kwa sasa, zile jezi ambazo wachezaji wetu wanacheza nazo, na kwa sasa tuna discount ambayo wewe unaweza ukaitumia ili kuweza kupata hizo replica. Kwa hivyo tutaweka hapa ile nambari ambayo utatumia kupiga order. Jeremy Dylan, you are betting I think to Nairobi Prisons. As it stands, they are 4 points behind Nairobi Prisons. Kiprop there trying that attack, but it goes out of play, and of course that takes these to 5 points. Takes AP to a 5-point lead. Quite comfortable again.
Quite comfortable, and very good set from Brian Baraza. He did split those blocks. Unfortunately,
his attacker there,
the attacker did not deliver. Will he try to make it? Yes, exactly what should have happened. Unfortunately, once again, it's an error on the Nairobi Prisons part. AP Kenya leading 23-17, 2 points shy of taking this second set. So
Valentine Chekwech unauliza hizo jezi ni shilingi ngapi? We will display shortly the different colors, different types. We have the polo shirts, and we also have the replicas for our home kit, our third kit and our away kit. Those ones are going at 2,000 shillings each, and they'll be customized with your name on it. So we'll display a phone number that you're going to use to make those orders shortly after this set, so that you can be able to place those orders for you and your loved ones. Matthew Twitoek, good work TVC for airing live, keep it up. You're saying you missed the game. Chaubola Dennis, Prisons Kenya should improve on its reception. It's Prisons Nairobi, there's Prisons Kenya and Prisons Nairobi. You're saying may the best team win. A lot of net touches in this match here, Flo.
a lot of net touches, and a friend of mine said that should the net have been connected to electricity, then a lot of drama would have happened on these courts right here.
Are we trying to play? Are we trying to kill players?
We do not understand the sentiments of that particular person, but that would really be dangerous. And
that would be dangerous.
Very easy for the referee.
Oh no, Matiko there.
It is over. It's over. Second
giving
set
away that second set pretty
to
easily.
AP Kenya. AP Kenya are not struggling as much today. It's like the time of their lives on court today. Seeing some of the players, Praxidi Sagala, who featured for a while, captaining the Malkia Strikers for a while there. Good to see her come and support the men's side as they play. We are looking forward to the leg match again, or the ladies' leg match coming on soon. Not yet sure when that will be, but she will be featuring for Kenya Prisons.
Yeah. And of course, you remember that the semi-finals and the finals matches for the Paul Bitok tournament were not played, so we are also looking forward to that heated match between Prisons Kenya and Pipeline at the semi-finals.
Definitely, very heated match. Very heated match. Top women teams in Kenya will be battling it out for the position finals of winner.
Actually, for the finals.
For the finals, it is the semi-finals. Yes.
Yeah.
So
here are the points. Yes. The statistics for the second set.
Prisons Nairobi 0. AP Kenya leading by 2 sets. This particular set ended at 25-19 in favor of AP Kenya. The attacks, they both tied at that, 9 each. Block, AP Kenya had 1 and Nairobi Prisons 0. A serve, AP Kenya quite some good services, 3 services against 1 for Nairobi Prisons. The opponent's error, again it stands out that Prisons Nairobi had more errors at 12 as compared to AP Kenya's 8.
Well, now Peter Kimanzi, you're saying AP Kenya are displaying such a good game, and you're watching from Marsabit. Thank you so much for joining the broadcast. We will take a short commercial break, but we'll be back for the third set, so do not go too far.
And we're back with the third set of this particular match between Nairobi Prisons and AP Kenya. AP leading by 2-0, and the scores seem to be on a tie, 2-2.
It's 2-2 here, yes. As you rightly put it there, Flo. This is, of course, the third set between AP Kenya and Prisons Nairobi. We have people who are watching all the way from Blantyre in Malawi. You are very much welcome, Pendo Murenda. Hilary Mbongo, you're saying Prison to win this set. We wait and see. Valentine Jep Koech, you're saying you're waiting for the number. We will put it here in the comment section for you to have a look at it and use it to place your order. And also it will be displayed on your on the screen during the breaks, but we for certain will have that number in the comment section as well.
Free ball for AP Kenya.
Let's takes that easily, and then Amon goes for that beautiful pipe there.
AP Kenya leading by 1 score ahead of Nairobi Prisons. Will they hold on to it until the end of this match? I don't know. So that 4-2 in favor of AP Kenya, not 3-2. Service there by AP. Over received ball. Was it an overreach? Let's wait and see.
Yes.
It was an overreach.
It is an overreach.
Matiko serving for Nairobi Prisons. It's a float service. Well received. Daniel Kipto.
And of course, well done playing that pipe again. I just like the way Daniel Kipto plays his volleyball. He's calm, he's composed.
He believes in his attackers for sure, because the way he distributes those balls. He's also keen to know which player is in form and which one is not, which is very vital for any setter who's playing with a team. There needs to be that understanding. You need to know when your players are on form.
Exactly. That ball is still in court.
Service for AP Kenya. 7-2. Wow, quite a margin.
Yeah, that is quite an early lead for AP Kenya. They are giving it away pretty easy.
Well attacked.
And Barasa playing that with Matiko there, who I think has figured out that you need power to do this.
You need power. You need power with that
Considering
form
the
of defense.
height of the blocking line there.
And also every casually playing, considering the margin they have, they believe they can make a bit of mistakes and get away with it. Still leading 8-3.
Yeah.
The margin
They have,
seems to be...
They have the space to make those errors. Prisons, I mean administration police side. Michael Wanjala saying, I think he is referring to Prisons, that they will not win this. I think they either did a bet with Hillary Mogo or something, but he disagrees that Prisons will not win this. As it stands, AP Kenya are leading 6 points, and Prisons Nairobi with that timeout. Coming up, Jeff Koech is that board with the number for you to use in placing your order. So 0797258053 97258053. Use that one to place your order now. We'll be back shortly for the continuation of that particular set. But if you want to place an order for our sporting kit, then that is the number to use in placing in making those orders for you and your loved ones in whichever color is your favorite. And the game is back. AP Kenya continuing with their lead. Now it's 7 points between the two teams. Ivy nani unasema hii imeenda? Tunauliza imeenda wapi? Unasema hauna maoni. Ndio tungependa kujua wazo lako ni lipi kuhusiana na hilo. It's never over until it's over, Flo.
It's never over until it's over. Anything can happen.
Anything can
no
happen.
matter the margin. We've seen
No
it
matter
being
the
done.
margin. Exactly.
So it is possible.
It's possible to come back. Some people say they are kings of comeback, so we wait and see.
Well, with the way Nairobi Prisons is playing today, that might be wishful thinking, if you ask me. A lot of mistakes you can tell potential by how a team plays, but they're not fighting. They are not fighting at all. Seemingly a bad day in the office for them. Could it be the fact that they're playing outdoor and they anticipated to play it indoor? I don't know.
The factors that affect any team, whether they're whether it's administration, police, or Nairobi Prisons, all the factors are affecting both teams at the same time equally. So I do not think that is an excuse for playing this game this way. Now it's
and I guess, like always, you make use with what you have. This is what you have.
You
so
make do with what you have.
Yes.
Play it. 10-point difference. AP Kenya are really taking this seriously. It's well done Kipchirchir there with that net serve. And you can see Coach Francis Nguma cheering him on, because now they have the latitude to make mistakes.
They do have the latitude, and
9
unfortunately,
point, still back to the 10-point lead because of that net serve again by the Prisons Kenya, Prisons Nairobi side rather.
a good service from.
Is that
Oh, nice rebound! Nice rebound.
on.
Really make it a point.
It is
Unfortunately,
still back
not.
up.
Matiko.
Linus Sang goes up. Well, they have made a change of the setter. Nairobi
Still in
Prisons.
play.
Baraza went out. That is a serious touch out. Wait, what? It seems the referee believes that that ball hit the tape and went out. That point goes to the Prisons Kenya side. I think it's an issue of their rotation there, AP.
It's an ace. It's an ace.
It's a beautiful ace. And they're reducing those points. It's now 8 points between the two. You've seen the way Amon Kipchirchir there is too far to pick that ball. Another one for Weldon,
It's on the net.
and it doesn't cross the net. Now Daniel Kipto is scratching his head because the person he's trusted twice consecutively has not been able to earn a point. Again, that is the number for if you want to place your order. Just make a call right now, and we will be able to let you know how to. We'll let you know where. How you're going to get your kit delivered to you. Hilary Mbogo is talking about Manchester United's woes. Anasema Prisons Nairobi inamwangusha Kimagwai.
Kimagwai.
Poleni sana watu wa Manchester United. Shadi at official, you're saying KPN is angapi? The game between KPN and GSU could not be played. Unfortunately. Official Arnold, you're saying hiyo game iko stadium gani? Hapa Nyayo Stadium. Kwa hivyo ukiweza njoo kesho na pia siku ya Jumapili ili uweze kutazama mechi hizi moja kwa moja. Lakini iwapo hautaweza kufika, basi tunakuletea mechi hizi moja kwa moja ukiwa mahali popote pale. Unaweza kuwa nyumbani, unaweza kuwa kazini, unaweza kuwa hata kanisani ama hata shambani. Utaweza kuipata moja kwa moja kupitia kwa simu yako kwa mtandao wa YouTube. Tunakuletea michuano hii kwa hisani ya Trailblazers na Mafro Sports.
Stanley Kimanzi anauliza kuna game gani ingine ya TBC leo? Unfortunately, this is the last match of the day. TBC played the first match of the day. They won 3-1 against KFS.
Kwa hivyo ni kesho tu.
Kesho, tune in or come over and watch TBC play.
Exactly. Prisons Nairobi 9, Administration Police 15.
So Nova receive ball, still in play. Dickens Kipchumba, well set. Matiko trying. It's a free ball. It's a free ball. Will they use it?
Are they going to make good use
Matiko.
of it? It's still on their end.
It was well blocked.
Yep.
By Daniel Kipto.
Ran just across.
Can never underestimate him.
Daniel Kipto and Amon Kipchirchir there. Beautiful combo. Ibero picks it up. They have a challenge there in that department. Wow.
What a set.
Expect Daniel.
What a set.
Expect Daniel Kipto
Still up.
Exactly that. And what a waste of such good effort. What a waste of such good effort.
Laban Waititu bringing in his A game, being a first time appearance in these league matches.
It's too far for him. Tiko with that touch out. And Kipto is having a conversation there with Weldon Kipchirchir. Why he didn't convert that score. You can see Kelvin Kipkoech there and Amon Kipchirchir trying their best with that block. Libero picks it up. It is Amon and of course the captain there.
Those blocks don't seem to be
leading his
solid. Daniel Kipto once again seems like his strong position is on the right side.
Yep.
Maybe also his best attacker is on the right side.
Weldon there twice and he hasn't been able to convert.
Yes.
So he tried an alternative.
Titus Kimeli coming in
there to replace Weldon.
Weldon Kipchirchir. With the scores so comfortable ahead, you can afford to make some changes.
6-point difference.
And expose again, a few more players.
Matiko picks it up. Daniel Kipto, of course, will go that direction.
The antenna again.
Those are play.
The ball touched the antenna.
Yep. Daniel Kipto is going to have a conversation with him. And I think he'd rather play this at the end this time round with Titus. And that's
another error from Nairobi Prisons.
From Tiko there. Linus Sang. They're going to do another change. AP Kenya. Kelvin Kipkoech, I think, is being replaced by jersey number 6 there.
Elvis Kipto.
Elvis Kipto. For service, still a 6-point difference. AP of course leading. Nicely served. Nicely blocked as well.
Seems to have been a slight injury right there.
Yeah, I think he's
maybe too aggressive or jumped too close to the net.
Yep.
And
is that why it did to
accidentally hit his opponent on the knee.
Another timeout by the Prisons Nairobi side. It's a 7-point difference, of course, in favor of AP Kenya. If you're joining us now, of course, the live broadcast is coming to you courtesy of TBC, Volleyball Trailblazers Volleyball Club, and Mafro Sports. And of course, we have the exclusive collection of our best sports kits on offer now. You can place your order via that number 0797258053. Call or SMS, and we will ensure that you get your favorite kit delivered to you, branded, of course, with your name or even the names of your loved ones. So do not hesitate to place that order today. APK 19, Prisons Nairobi 12.
A good attempt at attack by Matiko, but it goes out of play. Seemingly his attempts to make points today are not yielding any fruits so far.
And it started with the way he served, you know.
I think that is the first indication on how you're going to play that day, because service, it's just you, the ball, and the net.
The easiest score to earn.
Yes, and the fastest you can earn, but unfortunately most players do not understand that. Fine, we do understand that you don't do it intentionally, but it's the first line of attack, your service.
Exactly.
First line of attack, you cannot take it for granted.
This match now is at its home stretch. AP Kenya 20, Prisons Nairobi 12. AP still with a service there. Kipto serving for his side. That is a solid 8-point lead for AP Kenya. And if it ends this way, then AP Kenya will have won by 3-0. Beautiful clean sheet.
It was too low, it could not be hit. See, it's a block out.
At this point,
or rather touch out.
At this point, it will take a miracle for the Prisons
it will take a miracle, but
to come back.
Miracles happen every day.
Well, yeah.
Miracles happen every day.
Strong believer. Let's wait and see if it happens here.
If only they would pull up their socks quite a bit.
Come on, Kipchirchir again.
Daniel Kipto.
Fighters there for Daniel Kipto. We haven't seen Mwema in this particular set.
Seemingly Mwema decided to take some rest.
Yeah, maybe the coach has
the need to expose the players who are not regulars to get a bit of exposure and build
with a lot of power behind that ball.
Matiko is not
off
to be
the
a
hands of
player. I don't know what is happening today.
Off the hands of the libero, and it's just too far out for Amon Kipchirchir to pick it for his side.
21-14.
7 points now.
7 points. Quite a lot of points there.
Kipto, Linus Kaikai, of course, goes up. Very keenly observing how that ball is released by Daniel Kipto, and all he does is just complete his swing.
And you should commend the level of Daniel Kipto in taking risks when it comes to the center. Most setters will be shy in placing the balls at the center whenever there's a bad reception, but not Daniel Kipto. Daniel Kipto will give you that ball, and if you're confused, unfortunately, well, that substitution could not happen because I think they've used the limit of substitutions that are.
The jersey does not have a number.
Wow!
The jersey does not have a number for the player that was coming in.
That is interesting. Quite interesting. A good service right there.
Jumps up there. That ball goes out of play. Sort of think that the Prisons Nairobi side have thrown in the towel.
They seem to have thrown in the towel. Not on form today, and clearly they've accepted that they can't play better than they are.
It's not going to happen. Matiko there with the... Is it Matiko? Let's have a look at that replay again. It's actually not.
It's actually Matiko
who came in to replace Brian Baraza. Jersey number 6 there.
Dickens Kipchumba.
Yep. Libero picks it up nicely.
Good attempt at
Linus goes
defense.
up. And
Well
still lands
attacked.
on their side. The coach, AP Kenya, has found himself on court trying to have a conversation with his middle blocker there, Linus Sang.
Well, you can't excuse him because the level of adrenaline that comes with such matches is quite high.
Yep, and that 3-man block there against Amon Kipchirchir earns him an easy block out. And Linus Sang goes to serve.
AP Kenya at set point, Nairobi Prison 16.
Another huge margin.
A very huge margin, but not compared to the initial 25-13 in favor of AP Kenya in the previous set.
The first set actually.
Well,
net
the
touch?
touch
No.
of the antenna, I think the antenna
It
was
is
again.
over this match between AP Kenya and Prisons Nairobi. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll have a sample of some of your comments and sentiments on our YouTube page, and also in the meantime we are also going to collect the set statistics from that final set in this match between Prisons Nairobi and the administration police side. Of course, this is the end of the first day of the fourth leg of the Kenya National Volleyball Federation Men's League.
Hii imeenda hata set moja ya kujigamba nayo hatuoni. Sorry, it's a bad
Sorry
day.
for that, Dylan.
The office
Michael
for
Wanjala.
Nairobi
Hapa ni
Nairobi
Tatu Mtungi. Of course, yeah, those are the comments we had read, but thank you so much for joining us. Of course, it's 25-13, 25-19, 25-16. There is no set that Prisons Nairobi has hit the 20-point mark, and that's it. Those are the match statistics.
Nairobi Prisons losing 3-0 to AP Kenya. The points are 25-16 for the third set. Attack points, well, we have 7 for Nairobi Prisons and AP 9. Blocks, we have 6 for AP and 1 for Nairobi Prisons. Service, each team has one serve and the opponent's error. AP Kenya has 9 and Nairobi Prisons 7. Well, the end of the first day of the fourth leg of the men's league matches, a bit of a disappointment on the GSU KPA game. I'm sure everyone was gearing on and anticipated watching a thriller match today. Well, things don't always go as planned. We hope we'll get feedback soon enough and we will communicate that to you in due course. Meanwhile, thank you so much for joining us. We have enjoyed your company. We truly look forward to seeing you once again tomorrow for the matches that will be played same place, same time.
Definitely we'll continue to bring you all these matches from NYAYO National Stadium, and we have quite a lineup tomorrow, so you do not want to miss any of that action. If you are able to join us at NYAYO Stadium, you're much welcomed. If you are not, do not worry, sit back, relax and enjoy all these matches from the comfort of your seat or your bed or your farm or your car, but do not watch while driving. Of course, we have all these kits that we have now on discount, the TVC jerseys, and you can place your order using the number on your screen. And remember to join us tomorrow. Remember to hit the subscribe button on YouTube. Of course, it's Trailblazers Volleyball Club, and follow us also on Twitter, Trailblazers VC, on Facebook, Trailblazers Volleyball Club, same as Instagram and TikTok. And we are committed to changing how volleyball, of course, is viewed here in the country and around the world. We'll continue bringing you this live coverage of all this action here from NYAYO Stadium. And from the commentary desk here, it's yours truly, Emmanuel Legon for Trailblazers Volleyball Club, and my colleague here,
Florence Bosire, signing out. See you tomorrow. Stay safe.
of course. Until tomorrow, take care of yourselves and enjoy your weekend.